New plays and tactics and schemes? Or was the recipe set? Was the formula in and that was it?
Well, Kevin, the bulk of what you do is set, but you're always tinkering. And as people start figuring you out, you've got to have counters to what you're doing. So your system is always evolving. You're always trying to get better, and you're always doing new things.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. We've got Jaren Jackson. Bowen is out there with Ja Morant. Then it's Williams. And it's Portis in at the four-man position. Now here's Van Vliet. Pass to Brooks. Fires for three. It's rebounded by Portis. Morant outside. Inside, here's Bowen. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
I had a chance to talk with the head coach, Ime Udoka. Well, of course, they're concerned about the dynamic Ja Morant. Coach told me the plan is simple. Make things as hard as they can on Ja on both ends of the floor. Make him work on defense, and by crunch time, maybe we can tire him just a little bit. Back to you guys.
Thanks, David.
Yeah, just a simple one-hand flush.
I think he got a few more inches on his vertical by going with the spike. Outside, Green. And there's the drive. Greg, no one questions the Grizzlies' talent. The challenge has always been availability.
Yeah, whether it's been injuries or suspensions, it's hard to get into a rhythm when you're missing key players. But when they're all on the floor, Kevin, they can beat anyone.
And both free throws good for Green.
And once the G League took it to another level, Green skipped college, became the #2 overall pick in the draft, and that's really changed the landscape.
Jackson passes to Portis. Portis a screen on Smith. Just 5 on the clock. Smith with the defensive effort.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Here's Van Vliet. Adam. That falls. Great assist by Van Vliet.
And nothing seems to faze Adams, even when you get physical with him.
Morant kicks to Jackson. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. To the middle. Here's Bowen. He can't get that one. Great D that time from Green. And it's Green with the jam.
Look at Green just taking off and throwing it down right in the face of the defense.
And it's Taylor Jenkins calling timeout here. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Here's the screen. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Houston. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
And that was a shocker. Hard to believe that they dropped the ball, so to speak, on that one. And probably a tough pill for them to swallow.
Yeah, it's a loss that'll stick with them for a while, that's for sure. But a game like that can be a motivator going forward.
Can't be that easy for him. Got to body him up down low.
Yeah, they can't let him even get into that space. If he gets good position on the block, it's trouble.
To the inside. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Green's got 6.
The shots are certainly falling for him here in the early stages.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Portis a screen on Green. Bowen the pass to Morant. shoots from the line, and he knocks down the jumper.
Yeah, a lot of guys now are not comfortable in that mid-range area, but Morant is. He'll take that shot when it's there.
Adams outside. Pass to Green. Over Bowen. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. 8 points for him. And so Morant will bring it up for the Grizzlies. Trailing by 5, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
And that was a game to forget. You'd like to find some teachable moments, but I think they'd like to just turn the page and move forward.
Well, everyone has off nights. They just need to make sure that they bounce back strong.
GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
So, Stan, the Grizzlies trio of Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, and Jaren Jackson Jr. From the outside looking in, what a great base going forward.
I agree with that, Kevin. Look, not only are those 3 outstanding individual players, but they complement each other so well. There's such a great fit with those 3 guys. That's a great base for the future.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And also, guys, they're out-muscling their opponent. The points in the paint are piling up because of that aggressiveness.
Hey, Greg, where do you think the Rockets are the strongest in their play?
I'd say on the glass. They generally do a good job crashing the boards and going for loose balls. They really value every possession.
Both free throws good from Bowen.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Kick out to Adams. Pass to Brooks. Houston moving the ball around. Goes up at the stripe. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Green's got 10 points.
moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Here's Jackson. The Rockets pull it in. Adams has got his 4th rebound in this one. Van Vliet passes to Adams. Now here's Brooks. On the wing, Green. Adams sets the pick for Green. Pass to Adams. They kick it out to Green. 4 on the clock. Connects from three-point range. 13 points in the game.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
The Grizzlies trail by 7. Morant finds Jackson. Back to Morant. Down low. Here's Bowen. Outside Portis. Morant passes to Jackson. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 3 assists tonight.
A nice bit of muscle there from Jackson Jr. to get the inside score through contact.
Now here's Brooks. He has yet to score. And the rejection by Jackson. Grizzlies have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Here's Bowen, covered by Smith. Outside for Jackson. Pass to Portis. Back to Williams. Over Brooks. The shot by Williams, no good. Rockets leading by 5. Smith in the post, guarded by Morant. And for Memphis, they're shooting quite well in these early minutes, 55%. Morant off a pick from Bowen. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. You can see, and Coach, you can feel Ja Morant's star power, and his presence on the floor is such a factor. It affects the game.
Yeah, it sure does, and it even affects the energy in the building. His play is so dynamic, athletic, energetic. I mean, you can't sit and watch a Ja game. He's going to get you on your feet.
He is one of a kind for sure. Now here's Green. 23 points for him the last game against the Hawks in Atlanta.
And also 3 steals, so he showed some grit and determination on the defensive side.
And here's Morant following Jalen Green's 3. Back to Morant. Drops in the layup for 2. Morant's got 8 points.
Well, it sure didn't take him much time to heat up. Aggressive start.
And the wide open shot from Green. His 3-pointer's off the mark. And Morant's got the ball here for the Memphis Grizzlies. 4-point game. Last time they met was in Memphis.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
Yeah, taking care of the ball has to be their number 1 priority. But they also have to stay aggressive. You have to strike a good balance.
High-level passer. Even for a point guard, Morant shows the imagination.
Van Vliet outside. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Brooks has got 3 assists now in this one.
Both teams racking up the points to start this game.
Yeah, and I'm sure both coaches would like to see more defensive intensity from their teams.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hi, Kevin. Well, the natural in the last outing against the Timberwolves put together a nice evening. He scored 24.
All right, MP, get back in there.
The Grizzlies trail by 8. So on the floor for Memphis. Bowen is out there with Morant. Then it's Williams. Then there's Jaren Jackson. And it's LaRavia in at the power forward position. Here's Bowen. He's covered by Thompson. Bowen's shot is off. Rockets leading by 8. Outside, Green. He takes it in, and the rejection by Jackson. Pass to Morant. To the wing right side. Here's Bowen. He's covered by Thompson. Jackson with the screen. Bowen the pass to Jackson. Eason grabs the board. Houston's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. I'm told now by our producer, do we have them, guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charania. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly, even front offices are still navigating the complexities of the new restrictions. But basically, it has become harder for teams to spend big and acquire new players under the current systems. We'll see, guys, how this impacts everyone moving forward.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. And both free throws good for Whitmore. And for the Grizzlies, 2024 stand was marked by an unprecedented amount of injuries.
Well, Kevin, they used 51 different starting lineups. That's the most in NBA history, and they were also forced to use 12 injury hardship exceptions. That is just incredibly bad luck.
The Grizzlies trail by 10. It's stolen by Green. Driving in, and it's Green slamming it down.
And you really can't forget about Green's speed. So effective on the drive.
Awesome display of athleticism captured by our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Pass to LaRavia. Here's Bowen. He's covered by Thompson. Bowen, the pass to LaRavia. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Green. Here's Eason. And the dunk by Eason.
Oh, selfless play right there from Green. He's all about getting it to the open man.
Jackson a screen on Thompson. Here's Bowen. And Thompson sends it back. Pass to Green. Jacks up a three. And it's Morant with the rebound.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Left side, Williams. Here's Bowen. He's covered by Thompson. 5 to shoot. Jackson with the screen. Here's Bowen. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Rockets leading by 14. Thompson in the posts. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Jackson against Green. Here's Bowen to stop the run, and Thompson sends it back.
Well, he certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
Green passes to Green. Eason, a screen on Morant. And it's Green, missing.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Thompson with it. Williams picks him up. Eason. And it's blocked by Bowen. They retain possession. Shot by Eason, no good.
Suffocating defense to keep the layup from falling.
Williams passes to Bowen. Morant outside. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
Yeah, really nice finish there with contact. Morant with great body control.
Clearly a foul.
The Grizzlies have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight, 7 for 10. First one falls for him. So for the Rockets, Steven Adams, he's checked in for Green. And it's Dylan Brooks in for Whitmore. And the Grizzlies also with the sub. Portis is checked in. And so Green will bring it up for the Houston Rockets. At one point, they led by 16. Thompson outside. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
We see this night in and night out. Thompson uses his size and elevation to make tough shots in the paint.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one misses. Stan, of all the different styles of offense in this NBA, what style is the toughest to defend, toughest to stop?
Kevin, I don't think there's really any difference in terms of styles or systems in terms of what's tough to stop. It's players. And it's how well a system maximizes their best players. That's what makes teams tough to stop.
On up the court, and Green slams it in.
And scoring the ball has always seemed easy for Green. It's starting to show here in this game.
Morant scanning the floor. To the paint, deflects the pass, stolen by Thompson. The numbers in their favor. Here's Eason, and the dunk by Eason.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
And the dunk by Jackson.
Well, that's the kind of aggressive play you want to see from Jaren Jackson.
And last season, with all the injuries for the Memphis Grizzlies, Stan, Jaren Jackson had to play a bigger role and was effective.
Yeah, Kevin, I think we were all a little surprised at his offensive game. You know, he got more opportunity and we saw him doing more things. He also played more at the center spot, you know, so he's become a great two-way player. We knew he was always an elite defender.
Absolutely.
Well, you talk about a guy who could start for any team in the league. That's what Jaren Jackson is all about.
From deep, Green sinks the three-pointer. Green's got 5 points in the quarter.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Driving inside. Bowen's shot is off.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game. A darn good free throw shooter. Smith doesn't seem to have a weak spot coming into the league.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. That one falls, so he hits both of them. The Grizzlies trail by 20. Stolen by Van Vliet. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Ja Morant was the first NBA guard in a quarter century to lead the league in points in the paint. He says, I can't just rely on dunking every single play, so I need different types of finishes to get my shot off, whether it's high off the glass, the reverse, or hanging in the air forever. And Kevin, he just says it so casually. Back to you.
I know it. But look, David, he doesn't do it casually, right? He is a one-man circus.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And here's Van Vliet from the arc. The Grizzlies pull it in. Portis has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Williams passes to Bowen. On the wing, Williams. Brooks covering. Bowen's shot is off.
Yeah, and they're fighting to get back in this one, but unfortunately, he just keeps coming up empty.
Offensive rebound. Smith kicks to Adams. Adams sets the pick for Van Vliet. Shoots over Portis, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Van Vliet's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Guys, if they're going to make a run, no time like the present.
Yeah, and it's certainly, we had to expect a better game than this. Been very ugly thus far.
Portis can't get it to go.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Green A beautiful reverse layup. And that's 23 points for Jalen Green.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Takes it inside.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Jackson dishes to Morant. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Brooks the pass to Van Vliet. And the 3 off target.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Here's Bowen. Pass to Portis. Another miss for him. Now shooting 1 for 4 from the floor. And here's Houston. They're on a 17-7 run. Great open look there. Green's got a couple of 3-pointers in the second for the Rockets.
Well, when you look at what he's provided them on the offensive end, it's been an important part of why they're leading.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Houston making a switch here. Thompson's checked in. And so it's Jalen Green making highlights for Houston. He's up to 26 points in the game now. Just keeps pouring in the buckets.